Welcome to the Indifferent Movement, where discipline beats emotion and execution beats excuses.
I move quiet, I don't need applause. Cold mind, steady hand, no flaws. Pressure builds, but I never been. Indifferent mind, that's how we win. Move quiet, I don't need applause. Cold mind, steady.
Thank you guys for tuning into the Indifferent Movement. I'm your host, Stephen Hugh Berry. Today we're going to be talking about two types of consistency, right? That's what the episode is about today. And there's only two types of consistency. The first type is conditional consistency. The second type is unconditional consistency. There's only one of these types that actually work in order to help you get to your destination, the destinations you want to get to in life, right? So let's start with conditional consistency. Conditional consistency is a type of consistency that majority of the people in the world operate off of. What do I mean by that? This is what they associate consistency with. They say to themselves, I'm going to be consistent as long as all the stars align. I'm going to be consistent as long as it doesn't rain. I'm going to be consistent as long as it doesn't snow. I'm going to be consistent as long as I feel good. That is a recipe for disaster. We all know that you can't just show up to the gym one day and get results, right? You have to continually go, you have to continually work at it, and eventually you'll get results. You're not gonna get results on day 2, you're not gonna get results on day 3, you're not gonna get results on day 4. But in 6 months, you'll see results. In 8 months, you'll see results. In a year, you might see results. But you have to be consistent. That means showing up regardless of how you feel. That means, being committed to what you said you would do. And like I said, a lot of the world operates off of the conditional consistency. So they have to feel good in order to do these things, right? The weather has to be perfect in order for me to go on my run. Even though I said I would run today, the weather has to be perfect for me to run. One of my friends, my running buddies, it was raining really hard one day, and he was like, you still gonna go run? And I'm like, are you really asking me this question? If I'm still gonna go run? Of course I'm still gonna go run. Why? Because that's what I said I would do. And I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I always follow through with the things that I said I would do. But I try to do this. I try to follow through as much as possible because that's the muscle I want to build. I don't want to build the muscle that is inconsistent. I want to build my consistent muscle, right? So what is a consistent muscle? The more you show up and the more you do the things that you said you would do, the more probable that you're going to do what you're supposed to do, right? The more you don't show up, you don't say, you don't do the things you're supposed to do, you don't follow through with your word, the more probable you are not to do what you said you would do. So every instant that I get, if I said I'm going to send something or do something or complete something, I always make sure that I try to follow through with my word as much as possible because that's the muscle I want to build. I want to build my consistent muscle, right? That muscle that is a habit of doing what you said you would, right? Whatever I say I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to do. And then people will associate with me. Then, like I said, people are going to associate you with the person that does what he says or does what she says. The reason why conditional consistency doesn't work is because you're not always going to feel like doing what you said you were going to do. The stars will not ever align every single day, and the conditions will never be perfect. So that's the reason why conditional consistency doesn't work. Because if you were to if we in the world, could you imagine the people who made progress in this world, the people who built the TV, the people who built these large skyscrapers and these buildings, if they were to say in their head, oh man, if it rains, we just gotta stop building. Or, you know, if this one time when I connect this wire to this other fixture here in this TV and it doesn't light up or it doesn't turn on, then I'm just gonna stop. Then nothing will get done. If you really think about it, being consistent and disciplined helps the world go around. I was asked one time, why do you always talk about discipline? Because discipline is the key to unlock almost any door in life that you want to, right? Discipline is the key to unlock almost any door in life that you want to. That's why I always talk about it, because it's extremely important. It's more important than a lot of other topics. If you want to accomplish things, you have to be disciplined. You have to show up. And if you want those things to be complete, you have to be consistent. Discipline and consistency go hand in hand, right? You can't have one without the other. So that's why conditional consistency doesn't work. It doesn't work because it's inconsistent, right? Inconsistent things do not work. If the fuel flow in my vehicle is inconsistent, my vehicle will shut off. If the blood flow in my body is inconsistent, my body will shut down or I'll get extremely sick. If the current that lights up your house is inconsistent, the lights will not work, right? So consistency, right? Not conditional, but unconditional consistency is what works every single time. And what is unconditional consistency? It's no matter what the condition, I will show up. No matter what the condition, I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. So if it's raining, snowing, sleet, tornado, okay, I'm being a little facetious, but you get where I'm coming from. These things are not gonna stop you from doing what you said you were gonna go do. Now, obviously, you might not be able to give it 100% each and every single day, right? But as long as you go out there and you give it your all, whatever all that you have that day, because who knows, you could have worked a full day's worth of work, and then you also said you was gonna go run, and maybe you can't PR a run that day. But as long as you went out there and you ran, you did your best, then that's all that it requires. You showing up and doing what you're supposed to do. Every day is not gonna look the same, but if you don't show up, you're surely not gonna get what you want, right? You're surely not gonna get those results. So it's extremely important, right? If there's anything else that you get from this episode, is episode 1. And the topic is consistency, right? Remember, there's 2 types. It's unconditional consistency and it's conditional consistency. The type of consistency that you want to lead with is unconditional. Why? Because no matter what the condition, I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. No matter what. If you just do that, life will start to change. Things will start to look better in your life, right? With your savings, your finances, your goals. If you just show up and literally lead with unconditional consistency, your life will start to change. Your life will start to look better. So that was the episode, guys. I have another episode coming soon. Stay tuned for that. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And I hope that added value to your life. And until next time, peace out.
I move quiet, I don't need applause. Cold mind, steady hand, no flaws. Pressure builds, but I never